Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with To Be Hero X episode number 24 reaction, and this is the final episode of this season. In the previous episode we got to see Ahu's story. So we saw how he got his power, where he comes from and all that, how he met X, his encounter with X, and all those things. And yeah, it was pretty cool. Also, I reacted to the trailer which came out 2 years ago, where they showed X's perspective of that battle, where Ahu was there fighting those guys. And I saw that as well, and it made me understand things from his view, how he fought and all that. So, it's pretty interesting. Now, this episode, I'm assuming, and it is going to be X's story. One episode only, which is unfortunate, but we did get to see little bits and pieces of X here and there in other episodes as well. So let's see if I get a few of my own questions that I have, the answers to those questions, or maybe they'll probably keep a few questions for the next season. Either way, let's see what happens. Let us begin. Episode 24. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Yeah, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Okay. What the? 3D glasses? Oh my god. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, Moon dies in attack on her. When it is okay. Oh. Okay. Right. That's the first time we're seeing them in 3D. Rank 3. 3 consecutive championships. Ooh. Ah, he's in his job. He's waiting. Yeah. I This was bound to happen because X is so enigmatic, and he's just a lot of fans. Yeah. He doesn't get. Ah, time to go home. Wait, so he what? So a lot of people don't even know that he works that job? Okay. Oh, this is where he meets Ahu, right? Oh, never mind. He just goes to that same vending machine, I guess. Damn it. Obviously, even if you're number one hero, you have to. Oh boy. Oh, those things that he used to eat with Smile. One for Smile, yeah. Hmm. Okay. Oh, I was keeping an eye. Oh, here we go. All the 3D models. Yeah, not wrong. I'm not expecting. Bruh. Hmm. I will assassinate him? Yeah. Bro, you don't even have a proper cover. He became pixel art. Wow. Bruh. Oh, wow. That's funny. Uh, yeah, that's why you're running? No. Hmm. Oh. Yeah. Right. Oh. Oh, damn. Oh, no, I was being followed, I guess. Crazy. You just break the glass in my room. Who's gonna pay for that? Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, he became a pixel art. Damn. Oh boy. The way he fights is so incredible. Yo! Oh my god. Yo! Oh, good lord. Well, you are being followed. You know. Hero affairs. Alright, here we go. Hmm. I don't think he's that concerned that his identity is out. Night before the tournament. Hmm. Yeah, you guys are all ass. All of you guys. All of these. Same thing can be said about all of these CEOs sitting there. You think some. Oh, who the hell is this random hero? The hell is Choji doing here? Oh my god. That's how they fight. Yo! He's like, oh, my hair. What the hell? 15th. Who? Okay, I couldn't read the names. One is from FOMO, the other one is from. Wow. Oh, Esol. No, wait, that's Esol, right? Crazy. No, that's not Isol. Okay, never mind. It looked similar to Isol. No, is it? What the? No, that's not Isol. Yeah, Isol doesn't have those weird yellow things. Oh, who's that? Wait, who? They're like showing the name so quickly. I cannot read it. Ah, that's why he has a grudge against him. Who's this? Ink Hero or something? He's yawning. Oh wow, he used that guy's attack too. What the hell? Yo! Yo! What the hell? That is some. He has some crazy fighting sense. You know, like. Wow. Guys, just give up at this point. Come on. What? But. Like, oh my god, all these new heroes. Not new, but they always existed, but we never saw them before. Wait, are we gonna be doing this up until tomorrow before the tournament starts? Good lord. Like, he should be resting, preparing for the next day. And look at this. Whoa, that's a cool power. Was that ghost or something? Oh, this girl, it's like a witch. Good god, chill man! It's like 6-star in GTA or something. What the hell? Oh my god. Alright, bruh. Okay. He loves that drink. X. Is that why he named himself X? Oh no, never mind. X in itself is sorry. Never mind. Bird brain. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously. Explosions. Keeping. Copper. Yeah. Counting sheep. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. True. Originally, but now they're just. Oh. Oh wow. Oh wow. They're here as well. Okay. Oh. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Oh well, he got his drink. Oh, that's gonna hit another one. Yep. Nice. Oh my god. Oh, whoa, what the? Wait, what the? What's he doing? World's first evil dragon. The first. Yeah, we know that. This is like zero, right? Yeah. Inner justice. Yep. And that trust turned into fear. Yeah. Dragon Slayer. Evil dragon. Oh, we're here. Damn. What the? What is that? Oh, Eroc's father, right? One year before. Inaugural year. Hero Tower. First Hero Tournament. Commission year 2. 2 years. 8. DOS gets started here. Como, okay. Commission year 19. Yeah, there you go. Let's rock. There's. Yeah, okay, so here we go. The ESO's whole section. Rock getting his hands on. Yeah, Dragon Boy as well. Yeah, yeah, and that. Okay, Lucky Xian. Yep, that's him. Then we have Queen, Lolly. Damn. Yeah. Oh boy, the tournament. Ah, Ling Ling, Lucky Shan. Oh wow, we're seeing the 3D model for the first time. Lucky Shan, Lolly. Oh wow. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, Dragon Boy. And Queen. Yep. Oh boy, where's X? Oh. Uh, one more minute. Wait, what happened to. Wait! Oh, Nice is also. No, wait, what's going on? Wait, what? Nice died? What's happening? Oh, here we go. 8 minutes. Ah, there is. He's using his normal. Okay, right. You know what? Oh, okay. Okay. What the? Who's that? Whoa! What's happening? Damn. Okay, so is this like a glimpse at what we're gonna see in the next season? Oh, okay. All right, that was really good. That was the final episode of the season. Have they announced where we'll get the next season? Wait a minute. I think they kind of mentioned at the end of the X24. No. Um, have they mentioned? You know what? Let me check. To be Hero X. mm, no, they haven't. Yeah, they haven't no, they haven't announced it. Anyways, so right, so that was this episode. Now, one thing, I guess in the end, with the reason why we see X in his normal, like form, like civilian form, is because you see, like, where X, there was a section where X said that now it's time to reveal the truth. Like, he realized, like, up until now he was keeping his identity a secret because nobody knew where he was. Now that the commission and all the other CEOs, they know who he is, like his original form, like his civilian form, they you saw that section where they kind of said that, oh, we should keep this a top secret. So X decided, you know what, they know about my secret. There was the main thing that I was trying to hide, my identity, my civilian identity, from them. If it's out here, I will not give them an extra leverage against me, because obviously they will try to hide the fact who he is. So he decided to reveal it in front of everyone. Everyone will be looking here because this is a tournament. And like, the previous tournament was postponed or something, right? Or it got cancelled. So like, the anticipation is high. 3 years consecutively X has been X. Everyone is looking in this tournament. People who aren't here, they're probably looking using their phones, televisions, whatever. The thing is, like, 100% of people are probably looking at the tournament now. Best time to reveal his secret in front of everyone, because like, everyone will get to know. And that's why he did that in the end, because like, it's the thing here is basically that if you have a door, and like, the door which is the secret, you have locked the door from the inside and nobody knows who you are. Somehow, if they figure out who you are and they lock the door from the other side, now if you open the door from your side, you still cannot get out of there. So they get a leverage. That's basically the situation here. They have a leverage now because they, like, the commission and the other CEOs, because they know X's identity, true hero identity, his civilian form, and they are not going to keep that hidden. That gives them an extra leverage. So why the hell would X keep it a secret? There's no point in keeping his identity a secret anymore. It's going to give them extra leverage. So he decided that this is a perfect time to reveal it, because everyone will be looking here now. So my identity, if I reveal it here, my civilian identity, everyone will get to know. It just won't be the commission guys. Everyone will know. And that will probably put them into a little bit of a pickle. Because they won't be able to do a lot of things, like hidden from the civilians, like the people's eyes. Because you have to admit this, like, the commission and all these, like, hero agencies, they are in power because of the people. The trust value and all that. Without the people, they're nothing. They're literally nothing. So hero and so X, like, revealing his identity is like a great play from his side, because now that it's not really a secret anymore, like, the commission knows about him, there's no point in keeping it a secret and giving them an extra leverage. So he's like, let me just go out in my civilian form and show everyone who I am. Like, he probably will lose his like, peaceful time in front. Like, you see, like, he was, like, going out, like, doing his own thing and just chilling. He won't be able to do that now, I guess. Everyone will be like, oh my god, Hero X, give me an autograph, give me this, give me that. But I guess he can just transfer himself into the the different dimension, the other dimension, and just go about his way. He can do that, but still, there will be a little bit of a extra hassle, like keeping his identity out from, like, because now everyone knows. But it's better than giving the commission and the hero agencies an extra leverage. Yeah. Now, that's why I think he used his civilian form at the end. Now, a few other things to talk about. A fantastic way to end this season, I have to say. Again, I don't know when the next season will come out, hopefully soon. But next season, as far as I know, will be the tournament arc. So we get to see the tournament and everything. And from the ending song, you see, like, the ending, there was a section where we see all the heroes working together with X. It'll basically be like that. Like, I'm telling you how I think this is going to go. The first season, this one, was basically introducing all the heroes. We got to know their power, we got to know their backstory, we get to know where they come from, all that stuff. Yeah. Now that's done. Next season will probably be the tournament. We'll see the tournament. We'll see like them fight and everything. And by the end of the tournament, I'm guessing some kind of conclusion will be reached. And then will come like the third part to it, I feel like, which will be, I don't know if they'll make a separate season for that or will that be in the second season only. But this third part is what I think will be if all the heroes, like I said, after the tournament will probably come to some kind of a conclusion about, the whole situation. Like who's number one, who's this, that, all that stuff. And after all of that, a third party will intervene, which is the aliens, obviously, and like the otherworldly things, fear, all these things, like all the heroes will be cooperating to fight against. That's what we saw in the ending song. You see in the ending song at the end, like we see all the heroes together with X fighting. Yeah, that's basically that. That's what's happening. So the enemy is like currently we are not really fighting the true enemy. The true enemy will reveal themselves. Now, another thing is like, which I didn't really know or realize. I got to know this from my Discord. Apparently, this character in the end, where is that part? The ending part of the opening song, you see like a queen is fighting everyone and everything, and then not queen, like all the heroes are fighting. You see like this part, we see Big Johnny, Little Johnny, Esol fighting as well. A very small little section, you can see a lady with yellow eyes looking down towards X, and X is looking up. There's like those tarot cards, and that person is there in the sky. This person, like I didn't know this, or I didn't even clock this at all. This person is apparently, or might be, that character in that one episode. Which episode was it? That episode where we saw like a screen and there was like all the heroes on top and there was like ranking given to them. X had the ranking SSS, and then there was another character. I also mentioned it when I reacted to that episode. There's another character, a lady who was apparently a villain or something like that, but she had a question mark on her name, and ranking was also question mark. It might be that character here, and she might be somehow related to the aliens or something, so this will be the true enemy in the end game. It's not like what's going on now. Like ultimately all the heroes will cooperate. That's what we have been seeing in the openings, in the endings, everywhere. We are seeing X together with all the heroes. You see that? So that will what we'll reach at the end of the tournament arc. I think like we will probably come to some sort of conclusion, some sort of like understanding, and everyone will band together, and then X probably will be the person who leads these guys to fight the true enemy, which will be these like the fear and these aliens and all that. Something like that. So yeah, anyways, it's still a lot to go. Again, I don't know when season 2 will come. Hopefully soon. And yeah, I'm guessing maybe like 1 year, maximum. I guess like 1 year it'll probably take for season 2 to come. Maybe like during October 2026, sometimes like that. Maybe we'll get a season 2. Hopefully it's not more than that. The time gap. I'm really looking forward to this, especially now that we know all the heroes, we know all their backstories and everything, and we know X, who he is. And we still don't really know X. You can say like we just know that he's just a normal dude who got this power and like all that, and he's trying to defy fate. But yeah, now other than that, today's episode, we got to see a lot of the new 3D models which we have never seen. Like we got to see Lucky Chan in a 3D format, Queen in a 3D format. Now all the heroes in the end. Oh wait, what the hell was that? How the hell did Nice come? What the? Yeah, where is that part? I was so confused. For a moment, I forgot that Nice was dead. I was like, wait, how did Nice come here? And then I was like, wait a minute, isn't Nice dead? But yeah, he's probably being experimented upon. You see the crack in his head? It's freaking shunned. He definitely did something. You know, you see how he experiments on people and with the fear and everything. It's him. He did it. So he brought in, like, what the hell, man? Yeah, you see, like, Nice is like walking. He has like cracks and everything on his head. And for a moment, I was so confused. I was thinking, like, why is nobody reacting to this? Am I missing something? Did I misunderstand something about Nice's death? That nobody's reacting to suddenly Nice coming out of nowhere? Bro, he's dead, right? And then immediately we saw like everyone's expressions after that. And I realized that, okay, yeah, even these guys are thinking something is wrong. And in FOMO, I don't know what that was. There was no translation here. Loads of pop-ups start coming up. People like tweeting or, you know, like sending messages and everything after snapping Nice's picture. I don't know what they're saying because, like I said, it's not translated, but I'm assuming it's something like, what the hell, isn't Nice, like, you know, gone, or something like that. Probably something like that they're saying. Again, now this is translated, so I cannot read it. So yeah. Either way, that's another weird section. So wait a minute, what's going on here? How many heroes are here? Like, how did they just allowed Nice to just, I don't understand this part. I guess we'll have to wait and see next season. Like, I don't know. Anyways, right. But yeah. Anyways, enough about that. Let's talk about the other stuff in today's episode. So we had the first section where we get to see X is just in his office, in his civilian form. And so the thing is, I guess nobody really knows who he is, even in his office. Like, people don't know who he is. Like, you know, that lady who was saying like, oh, you guys will, you know, you guys are going to be doing this overtime and everything. And when X just leaves, she's like, who's that? Like, I don't remember this guy. So like, what's going on? Is he like, so what like his office colleagues also don't know him? Yeah, okay. Whatever, man. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with X here, but yeah, like my question is, if nobody knows who he is in his office and when he's working, how the hell does he get paid? Like, like, you know, you're going to ask for your salary. Like, your boss will be like, who the hell are you? Like, right? Like, I don't know, man. Anyways, right. After that, he comes back home, and then we get to see that whole Ahu section where, you know, like, Ahu was thinking that he might become the next Zero, and Ahu was like, I'll stop him before that, all that stuff. And then Ahu comes in, X makes him into a pixel art, and then in the end starts talking to him properly. And then we get to know that he got followed. All these commission people are here, and yeah, they are trying to take him out before, you know, it goes further. But yeah, and then we get a really extended section of X just fighting. Absolutely brilliant. Like, you know, you can see, like, not only does he have this crazy strong power, I will say he knows how to utilize it. Like, can you imagine? Like, you might say that, oh, his power is crazy broken. But I would say what's more impressive is that he knows how to use that power to properly fight. Like, you see what he was doing, the stunts that he was pulling? He was using his enemies and properly, like, snapping his finger and changing, like, the trajectory of their attacks so that they hit each other. Like, and without even breaking a sweat. He was like, one hand in his pocket, one hand trying to adjust his hair. Like, yeah, it's one thing that you have a crazy broken power, and then it's completely, this is another thing, which is that you know how to use that power. Like, this is some crazy mastery over his fightings. Like, you know, like some of the things that he was doing was absolutely, like, unimaginable. what he was doing. Like, like there's a lot of sections you can see. There was one section where when he gets interrupted, you can see that he realized that what he envisioned is not going to work. Is when Ahu kind of interrupted. You see that section where Ahu interrupted their fight and bit one of those guys. You can see X has like a little bit of like his face kind of scrunches up because he realizes like in his head he was planning to do something over there. But since Ahu ended up interrupting, his plan kind of fell through. So he was like, okay, I cannot use this plan. So continuously he's thinking of how to kind of use the attacks and everything. And like I don't think he ever threw a punch. He never threw a punch. You see him? That's how he fights. He never throws a punch. He just uses his, and lets the environment do the fighting for him. And his enemies do the fighting for him. I don't think I've ever seen him throw a punch. That is crazy. Like he either uses his coin to attack, or he just uses his enemies to attack each other, or the environment. Crazy stuff. So yeah, what's more impressive is the fact that X can fight like this. Like that is no simple feat. The fact that he can do this. Like anyone can get a power like this, and they'll be strong. But it's a different thing when you have a power like this and you can utilize it properly, and that's why he's so damn strong. It's not only that he has a crazy broken power, it's also that he has such a good sense in using it that makes him almost invulnerable, like an invincible. He never, so many heroes came to attack him today. He never slipped up in this whole battle. Never. He was always at the top of his thing. And that's why he's practically invincible. His battle sense and his broken ass ability. It's absolutely insane. Right. Now, while all of that was happening, he transports Ahu to a separate dimension. Now, I have to understand what's going on over here. At first, I think I said this before. I said that and a lot of people also kind of thought that that's the case, that he can travel through time because, time is the fourth dimension. Since he can change dimensions, it wouldn't be surprising if he can travel through time as well. That was my thought. But I don't think it's exactly that. But there was a section here in today's episode where he takes us to a part of the world where there's like dominoes. Now, I don't know if that is just something they showed us to make us understand, or if X actually transported Ahu to that place. But I'm guessing X actually transported Ahu to that place. So that place probably makes him understand how the dominoes will topple. Because one action is going to make like a domino effect to different things, and he can see it. And that's why I feel like there's a lot of the sections where X is always there at the right place at the right moment of time. Because he can see this whole thing, where he knows what might change, what action might change something and make a butterfly effect to affect a lot of other things. So again, I am not 100% sure if that's what's happening here, but I'm assuming it's something like that, because you know what, I'm going to read this section again. X brings Ahu to a place where there's glasses shattering, and Ahu's like, what is this? What is this place? Didn't you want to know the truth? Then come and take a look. First story of the first evil dragon. Yeah, and he kind of explains the whole story of Zero. We know the whole story of Zero. He arrived, people trusted him, believed him, gave him so much trust, and then he killed one of the heroes, which changed the trust to fear, and he became this god, this demon, king kind of entity who was everyone had to defeat in the end. So that's why the commission and everyone is afraid of that repeating itself, and that's why they're so afraid of keeping someone at the top for a long amount of time, which is a good, a fair enough fear. I would say it's a rational fear, obviously, and that's why they're so freaked out about X being X for so long. They're like, oh my god, this is going to be a second coming of Zero or something. But as we get to see, X in the end mentions how Like, yeah, like what they're not understanding is that Zero is not gone. Zero is still there, and obviously we know that. We saw Rock doing all of that, and Rock is trying to bring him back and all that. So like they literally have what they're fearing in front of them, and they don't even know or realize. But anyways, that is not what I'm trying to find here. I'm trying to find the whole domino section, like, because that's more interesting. Because he tells the story. This is which the commission forbids its discussion, the truth, and yeah, he says how the commission just took out all mention of Zero back in the records of history and everything, changed history the way it's told. And then a zealous version. Now, at first I thought it was like Rock's father or something, because I remember they mentioned that Rock's father was very much involved in, but I guess he kind of was talking about Rock, not Rock's father. We saw that, we'll see that later on. Okay, and they kind of show here like the gradual way the commission starts, like the years, like how they back one after the other, how everything like moves forward, how like like the age of the hero starts again, like after that day of Zero, like the commission formed. Then year 1 they made like a monument, then year 2, year 3 they started the hero tournament. All those things they kind of show. And then the tower was created, all those things they show. DOS gets created, FOMO gets created. Yeah, and then we get to see Rock standing there, shaking hands with Zack, and then we know what happened. He manipulated what was his name? Yancho, yeah, Yancho, that part, made him into the E-Soul that he is. Took in Dragon Boy, was the reason why Nice took his life, and then all those things you can see. Yeah, so he shows how fear is still going, and that one flick of the domino made like a domino effect, and things are still just falling and toppling. Yeah, trigger a domino effect, sending us each to our own futures. Yeah, and then we get to see Vortex for a moment, that part. The plane crashing, Lucky Xian. Okay, there's one part I want to focus in. They kind of show everything over here, so not this part. This part, where Lucky Xian gets the coin. So this part I want to focus in. So the dominoes like toppling. That part where Lucky Xian is playing a guitar, and we remember X in his civilian form came there and gave her the coin. Right. Now, he says, okay, wait a minute, let me think, just a minute. Yeah, okay. I was trying to like put together the time, like the chronological time order, like when this happened. I was trying to think about it. This was the same time when, yeah, this was like at the very beginning of everything. Yeah, so like, okay, so Lucky Xian says goodbye, and this is the reason why Lucky Xian started singing. If you remember, if X didn't give the coin to her, she probably never would have started singing on the streets and never would have gotten her whole thing. So this motivated her to do it. Here we go. This is what I want to focus on. He says, I originally thought that my own hero path began with that coin. But in reality, the seeds of cause and effect were planted long ago. Oh, I see. So basically, he's saying that at that point he thought that his like, so I'm guessing he probably awakened his power then, right? That moment. Before that, yeah, nothing happened, and that's why I'm trying to think about the chronological time order, because this is the first time that he became X, not X, but he became a hero. He awakened his clicking power when he gave Lucky Shan the thing. um uh oh, I just realized why he awakened his power back then. It's probably because Lucky Shan trusted him. Because someone gave you money, and he probably trust, and that trust value probably made his power awaken. Yeah, that might be it. Wow, now that I think about it, that might actually be the reason. And this is one thing I've said before as well. It doesn't matter the amount of trust value you have, but the ability or the nature of your power sometimes is so damn broken, even one trust value is more than enough. X is someone like that, I feel like. For example, Queen's power. Queen's power is so damn broken, it doesn't matter if her, yeah, it will matter if her trust value is low, but her power in itself is such a thing that can, kind of go against a lot of, things. She can literally stop people from doing anything and impose rules on them. So it's something like that. X's power is something like that. So even with, one trust value, maybe, he awakened that power then. And that trust value was probably given to him by Lucky Shan. Because he gave her the money, Lucky Shan saw him and felt thankful, for him giving him her the money, and gave him the trust, and that awakened his power there. Because that's what he's saying. That one coin made me awaken my power or something like that. He says here, and he also mentions how that he thought that was where everything started, but he says but the seeds of all the everything that has happened was already there. So he was wrong about that. Now, that's what I'm trying to think. So, that day when X gave Lucky Shan the coin, if that's the day when he awakened his power, I'm trying to think the happenings before that. Was there ever a 3D to 2D transition before that in the backstories that we've seen? No, right? Before, on that day, all that stuff happened before that day. What happened? The plane crash that made Lucky Shan like this. We had the little Johnny, father, his death, vortexes, that whole section, the big Johnny, little Johnny, that whole section, Johnny going berserk, that part happened. All those sections happened before this. Never, ever do I remember in those sections a 2D to 3D transition happening. The 2D to 3D transition that happens after this, after Lucky Shan got that coin. So one was when Linglee's whole section was 3D, if you remember. So that was way later, after Lucky Shan became an idol and everything. So that's okay, that matches. Esoul's 2D to 3D transition happens when Esoul was fighting, if you remember. New Esoul versus old Esoul. At that time, Lucky Shan was already an idol. If you remember, Jia, that was the name, right? The girl was there in that concert, and and while the two Esouls were fighting, that's when another 3D to 2D transition happens. That is also after Lucky Shan became an idol. So yeah, it matches. It matches. That is the time when X awakened his power, when he gave Lucky Shan the coin. And they didn't mention this, but I'm assuming Lucky Shan's trust in him gave him that power and awakened his power over there. And from that point onwards, it started growing, we know. Now everyone knows X. Everyone, trusts in X. A lot of people trust in X, and he has a huge trust value, I'm assuming. But yeah. But what X is trying to say here is that I thought the domino effect started happening from then, but now that I'm looking at everything, the seeds were already there from the very beginning. So yeah. Okay, so now I understand. I was a bit confused here while I was reacting to it because I couldn't understand what X is trying to say. But now that I'm looking back at this scene properly, I understand what I'm, But yeah, so let me know, like, what you guys think as well. Obviously, this doesn't have a source material or manga, so nobody, like, all these things that we are thinking about, these are all guesses and speculations. So one of my speculation, not speculation, but it's pretty obvious. I think we saw that here. But I'm assuming that's what X meant by it. Like, on that day, X awakened his power because of Lucky Xian. Probably, you know, I think. Like, he didn't explicitly mention that, oh yeah, it was Lucky Xian's trust value that gave me the power, but I'm assuming that's what it is. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Why would he suddenly again gain power that day? It's because, like, Lucky Xian trusted him then. Yeah, I originally thought that my own hero path began with that coin. There you go. But yeah. Okay. So he kind of, in a roundabout way, says that, like, Lucky Xian's trust in him probably awakened his power. So yeah. Interesting. All right. And there you go. That was, yeah, that was one thing that I had to check out properly. But yeah, but like I said, I don't know exactly about the whole, like, maybe that was like he transports Ahu to this one place, and that's why I'm saying, like, maybe this is like something in his power as well, because his power is like changing reality. So maybe he has this place where he comes, where he can kind of see how everything is going to happen and what thing might change and make a butterfly effect to something else. That's why you can always see him everywhere, like in the correct place in the correct time. I think I even mentioned this in one of the previous episodes, where I was like, how the hell does this guy know when to go in which moment? Because like there's a lot of times where you can see he's always there at the exact amount of time, in the exact, like, correct time and in the correct moment. Like a lot of the parts where he saves the guy. I remember he saved Ling as well by the 2D 3D transition that happened back when Ling was, like, like acting as nice. There was that fight happens, if you remember that fight where, like, he was fighting this one character. I forgot his name. The very first villain that we fought. I think I remember there was a transition that happened there, and X was there. That means. Then we also had Isol's part, where old Isol was fighting. X makes the transition and the battle continues, if you remember that. We also saw how he realized that something must have happened to Smile. That's why he went and saved Knights, if you remember, when Dragon Boy was going to defeat him, kill him. All those things. So he can see this. I'm guessing he probably sees this as a domino effect, as we saw, as a domino effect, and he knows which domino, if flicked, will affect which. So in the correct, and since he knows what's going to happen after what and how it's going to happen, he probably cannot see the future, but he can understand, like, which moment I need to go and interfere to make everything okay. And that's why he's always there at the correct moment at the correct time. He's always there. And for him, going to one place is just a click of a finger. He clicks his finger, changes his, like, the whole reality, like, transforms it into whatever the way he wants to, and then he just goes to that part. Like, if you remember where that part where he goes and saves Nice, when Dragon Boy was going to defeat him, I'm pretty sure he wakes up from his, like, sleep, and he was, like, obviously hungover and drunk, so he kind of, like, threw up a little bit, if you remember. And I'm assuming immediately after that, he snapped his finger like this, changed reality, and ended up immediately teleporting on top of that building where he was standing, if you remember. And he saw Nice going to get hit, again smacked his finger, changed reality to transport Nice back beside him. So it's just a click of his finger. He doesn't need to travel anywhere. He can just click his finger and change reality to how he is, and he's just going to teleport to whatever place. And that's what he does. So it's crazy broken. So he knows what's going to happen at what amount of time. Probably not as clearly as looking into the future, but he kind of realized what might happen and where I need to interfere. And he can literally go there with a snap of a finger and, like, kind of interfere and make things right. Yeah. So a lot of the things, like sections where we have seen the 2D 3D transition happening, if X didn't interfere there, I feel like things might have gone in a very wrong direction. And so X interfered there and somehow was able to, like stop it, like it. Which, yeah, I can see, because a lot of these sections where he transitions from 3D to 2D is when the fights are going on. Ling Li's fight was going on. That's when I remember he kind of transitioned from 3D to 2D and changed reality in some way, which helped. So if he didn't do that, I'm guessing some way or the other, Ling Li probably would have died there, and things would have gone in a very wrong direction. Same with Isol as well. I feel like it would have happened that Yancho would have probably died there if he didn't do that, or something else might have happened and things would have gone in a very wrong direction. So he always interferes in these type of situations, and that's why he said, I'm going to defy fate. Yeah, because he kind of has an idea what might happen, and he comes to this place and looks at these dominoes and the domino effect. He can, yeah, okay, again, all of these are just guesses. I'm just speculating. I might be wrong about a few things here and there, but I feel like it's something like this, and yeah, so he does have powers very similar to literal God. Like, he can just change reality to whatever he wants to. He can see or envision what might happen. He knows where to interfere. He can just transport anywhere, everywhere. Like, yeah, crazy. And now, like, you can see he even has like a lot of people trust in him, because a lot of people knows him now. So his power is even more now, I think. But anyways, yeah, in the end we see he is there in front, like the tournament is going to happen, and he reveals his civilian identity, because like I said, only the commission knows and the CEOs know, and they're going to keep it a secret from the civilians. That'll be a leverage for them. Why do that? Now there's no reason for X to keep his identity a secret. He can just like reveal it to everyone. And what best possible time and position to reveal his identity but in the hero tournament where everyone is watching, so he won't give this leverage to the commission and everything. He's like, yeah, I'm here in my office suit. There you go, guys, this is me. Right. Fantastic episode. I think today's episode made us understand a lot of X's power. So yeah, that was amazing. So that is it, guys. That was my reaction to Be Hero X, episode number 24. Yeah, fantastic. Like I said, I really like the way they did this anime, which was they actually like showed us all the backstory and everything of the heroes. Unlike one show, which obviously everyone knows what I'm talking about, My Hero Academia, where they never really mention anything about the so many other characters. They only go deeper into the other characters way later. So a lot of the like characters we don't even know that much about. Like so many heroes there are, and but we don't know about them. This is, I feel like, the best way they could have done it. Like actually giving all the characters like character development and proper like story. Be Hero X does it perfectly. For now, at least. Like, let's hope that this continues. And for now, at least, yeah, this has been really good. Like we know so much about all the characters that are here, and each of the characters feel like a character. They have a personality. They have a story. And that makes the emotional impact more when something happens to them or when they do something, which is what we need in a show. Like, proper, well-written character with personality and story. And for now, at least, To Be Hero X has been doing it perfectly. So let's look forward to what we are going to get in season 2. So that is it. I'll end this video here. Thank you for watching. This was my reaction to episode number 24, the final episode of To Be Hero X season 1. Hopefully season 2 comes quick. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next other shows that will probably replace this. So see you guys then. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.